So I remember a time where Medellín, Colombia was one of the best Latin American cities in Latin America. And it was booming. So much money coming in, so much tourism coming in. And then something happened. With all that money, with all that tourism, came a lot of hate. And all that hate has been targeted towards Americans and Gringos and foreigners. To the point where there's a lot of Gringo hate. Not only in Medellín, but in Colombia. Has Colombia been spoiled? Let's get into that.
Hey, Jamie Woods, we here to travel and motivate. No curry, we just trying to keep our minds in a golden state. We answer to nobody but the Lord, we control our fate. Too many things to see just to sit in a hole and bake. We growing, ayy.
Opiniones funables, parte 2, y es que los gringos aquí en Medellín me dan asco. O sea, no, mentiras, no. Pero no saldría con uno de ellos, especialmente como los que son nómadas, ni a tomar café. Para mí hay dos tipos de gringos, y no solo me refiero a los americanos, sino para mí gringo es también europeo, australiano, o sea, extranjero que no sea latino o asiático. Y para mí hay dos clases de como extranjeros, los expats y los que son como nómadas. Los expats por lo general tienen su familia, sus negocios, o sea, sus prioridades están en otro lado. Y de ellos no tengo nada malo que decir, súper chéveres. Y como dije, o sea, sus prioridades están en otro lugar más que en conquistar chicas. Sin embargo, los que son como nómadas, que son como los más jóvenes, que son los que vienen aquí por varios meses, varias semanas, bueno, ya saben. Mi experiencia no ha sido como la mejor, su vibra no me cuadra, no se mezcla con la mía, la manera en que te hablan, la manera en cómo te invitan a salir, o sea, a mí no me ha gustado. Y mi cuerpo rechaza, o sea, yo veo a una persona como este perfil y estoy sola, como que mi cuerpo se pone en alerta y es como que no quiero estar en ese lugar, es como que no sé, no me siento segura. Y no son todos, yo sé que hay muchas personas que están aquí por las razones correctas, pero debo de admitir que tengo un poquito ese estigma de, o sea, este tipo de perfil de extranjero como nómada, que no, esa vibra no me va, no me gusta, no. Pero bueno, dime tú qué piensas, por favor, no me cancelen, es mi opinión, es de acuerdo a mis experiencias y como dije, o sea, estoy muy segura que hay muchas personas que vienen aquí por las razones correctas, pero mi experiencia ha sido esa.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Jamie Woods back at it with another travel video. It's been a minute since I've done a video like this, but guys, listen, I have a very good topic for y'all. But make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button. You share this. You share with all your homeboys, all the homeboys that are planning to go to Medellín, Colombia, or anyone that's been there before. Share this with them because this is a video everyone needs to see, including the Colombian people themselves. And I'm gonna speak 100% from my experiences, 100% how I feel. This is unfiltered. In fact, I actually made a video like this on Patreon. It's not going to be as crazy as the Patreon one. If y'all trying to see that, make sure to check out my Patreon.
Ya me quiero vomitar, weón. Gas. Gas, gonorrea. Me quiero vomitar ya.
Yeah, I don't have Gucci. I don't have Prada.
No. I'll bring you some when I go to Brazil. I'll send it over to you. Here you go. Yeah.
One day I will do everything.
I'm sure you will. Just put your content out there. You never know who's gonna see it.
Exactly.
I like your vibe. You have a very nice vibe to you. I like it. I'll come out and support
Thank you. Appreciate it. I like your vibe too. You are a good streamer. I do my best. I'll try have a good communication, but I know my English. But you understand everything I said, and
100%.
sometimes I say wrong. but you understand,
Yeah, you never said anything wrong. I think the only thing was when you were saying bus, like you kept saying it like 3 different ways.
Real, you have a ticket. Bus ticket. Bus ticket.
No, you said it right. You said it right. Bus ticket, yeah.
Bus ticket.
And of course, that is in the description, that link. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about the gringo hate that's going on in Medellín and in Colombia. Okay, there's a lot of gringo hate that's going on. I'm gonna start this video by talking about a couple stories that happened to me. And if you follow my channel, of course, you would know about these stories. But the first one is, I remember when I was walking around Medellín, Colombia. I actually went to Medellín my first time with family. And I was walking around, I believe, Poblado with family. Okay, so it was me, my mom, and my sister. Now, my mom looks very young for a 50-year-old, right? She looks very Colombian, but she's Dominican. Kind of like Shakira, the Shakira look. And then my sister, of course, my sister is 24, 25 years old. Both young-looking women, right? I have a very attractive family, a lot of attractive women in my family, okay? So we were walking around Poblado. And I'll never forget, there was this man, he looked kind of homeless. He was walking, he was looking at me funny, very weird. And I was like, why is this guy looking at me all funny for? Like, do I have something on my face? Like, what's going on here? I don't get it. I look like a normal human being, right? Y'all think I look like a normal human being, right? So why is this motherfucker looking at me like I got 10 heads? Like if I'm a fucking weirdo or something, right? And I'll never forget that he ended up sticking the middle finger at me. He stuck it up at me and just kept looking at me as he was walking by and said, you know, F you. And I was thinking to myself, why is this guy doing this? I was very curious about that. Like, I didn't do anything to him. I didn't look at him weird. I didn't stick up the middle finger myself to him. I didn't disrespect him. I wasn't disrespecting his city or his country. Why is he sticking the middle finger up at me? Now, the second incident was even crazier. The second incident, which some of y'all probably know, I've talked about it in a couple of my live streams, a couple other people's live streams, happened to be with a club promoter. I don't know, you know those people that stand in front of the club that are there to promote it? Oh, come in, right? Yeah, anyways, I was coming out of a dinner. I was a little bit lit. I had a couple shots. I was lit as a motherfucker, right? I was walking through Poblado. I thought it was crazy, right? I thought everything looked crazy with all the clubs and all the girls. Everything was bumping and going crazy. And I took out my phone to record it. I wasn't even recording the pros that were there. I was just recording the environment. My mom and sister, again, happened to be walking in front of me. I was recording what I was seeing because I thought it was crazy how you have so many great clubs all like right next to each other, just bumping, going crazy. Like you could just, it felt like an earthquake, like boom, 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 boom. That's all you heard as you were walking through Poblado. I thought it was crazy scenes, right? So there was this one guy that was telling me something like I guess he was trying to get me to come to the club. But to be honest with you, I was so fed up with the street vendors and the people there that I didn't even pay attention to him because I was like, man, you know, the less attention I pay these people, the better. Because as soon as I look their way or as soon as I pay attention to them, they're going to try to talk to me. And I'm not in the mood right now. I'm lit. I'm trying to have a good time. I don't want no one killing my vibe. You know what I mean? So I'm walking through Poblado. And then I guess he felt some type of way that I didn't stop or look at him. So then he started saying some crazy shit in Spanish, right? Calling me, the F word and the B word, all this other shit, right? And then he got even more pissed that I didn't react to that. And then he was saying, oh, you're so uneducated and you're stupid and blah, 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 going crazy, right? And so I looked at him and I was like, is this motherfucker talking to me? And he was. And then I was like, Jamie, keep it moving. Don't give this guy no mind. And then he kept going and rambling. He started mentioning my mom and sister, saying things about them too. And that's when I snapped. I stopped recording. I told him, what did you say? And I went up to his face. And I'm not a violent guy. And for anyone that knows me personally, y'all know I'm not a violent guy. Can I be violent? Absolutely. I'm a big dude. So I told them, what did you say? And I was getting closer to him. And he kept repeating the same things he was repeating. And he was a small 5'2", 5'3", Colombian guy, typical Colombian look. And he was there next to his people, like his other people that were selling and stuff, and some girls in the back. And I guess he wanted to double down on it because he didn't want to seem like a punk, you know what I mean? So he was doubling down on what he said. I think originally he thought that I didn't understand Spanish, that I was a typical gringo that was there that didn't understand. So that's why he said what he said, so he could look all tough and this, that, whatever. You know how these Colombian people are. They try to talk shit about us Americans thinking that we don't speak the language, right? But I happen to be Dominican, I happen to be Latino, so I understood everything he said. So I was trying to play stupid. I'm like, what did you say? And I approached him, and he doubled down on it, like I said. And then I got up in his face, and I was like, okay, you're calling me uneducated. Why am I uneducated? He couldn't even answer the question. He's like, oh, you were ignoring me, this, that, whatever. I'm like, listen, motherfucker, I've been dealing with you punks all freaking day. All day approaching me for dumbass shit. I'm tired. I'm fed up with y'all motherfuckers getting me to come in your establishment. No one's forced to doing shit. I'm not forced to talk to you. Okay? If the roles were reversed, you would have done the same shit. So get the fuck out of here with that. And then he was telling me, and something that he pointed out that I thought was, or I'm gonna point this out because I thought it was very interesting. But he was saying to me, oh, you're just a typical gringo that comes into this country and you use our women. And then I looked at my mom and my sister, and I looked at him, and I was like, so you think these girls are pros? And he was like, yeah, you're here to abuse our women. I'm like, that's my family over there. I feel some type of way that you're calling them pros. They're not pros. That's my family. That's my mom and sister. Not everyone that comes to Medellín in Colombia are here for, you know what, tourism. Okay? I'm here to look at the country, to explore the country, because I'm fascinated by Colombia. I'm not here to take advantage of the women and take advantage of what the hell is going on over here. And even if I were, what is the problem with that? Because it's legal. It's not like it's illegal. What's the problem? And I started coming at this dude crazy to the point where he gave me a pound. He backed out. I think he felt bad that he just assumed these things about me and assumed these things about the women that I was with. But that goes back to the main point of this video. Those two stories go back to the main theme of this video. And that is that a lot of Colombian people, a lot of paisas specifically, assume that 100% of us Americans are just there for, you know what, tourism. And we're not. Not all of us are the same. Stop putting all of us in a box. It's offensive. I don't go to Colombia and just assume that every girl is an escort. I don't go to Colombia and look at every guy and assume that they're related to the cartel or related to, you know, who that guy from back in the 80s and 90s that was selling a lot of powder. I don't assume they're related to him or involved in that. So why are y'all assuming that I'm there for that? That the women that are with me, who happen to be my mom and sister, by the way, are pros. It's offensive. I felt some type of way about that. And I haven't heard too many content creators talk about how they feel about being profiled. I don't like that shit. I really don't. That was one of the biggest things I did not like about Colombia. And that was one of the things that I didn't realize until after. I didn't realize all of this until after. Once I got to the United States, that's when I realized. I'm like, now I know why that guy stuck the middle finger at me. Now I know why that guy was calling me uneducated, because he thought I was a typical gringo coming to his land, recording everything, and getting with freaking escorts. That's what he thought. But he was wrong. He was wrong to put me in the box like everyone else. And that goes for a lot of y'all too. Y'all probably going to Medellín. You're getting dirty looks. They're probably talking all this smack about you, and you don't even know because you don't speak the language. But I do. I've heard all the crap that they talk about certain Americans. And this is how I feel about it. I try to view both sides of the argument here. Because I'm not saying that they're totally wrong for acting that way. Because there have been a lot of Americans that have really made us look bad in Colombia. With the under 18 stuff that's been going on. Right? They caught those guys in Miami and Florida. They arrested them for the bullshit they were doing in Colombia. There's literally footage of a man sneaking these two little girls into his room. And originally, the doorman stopped them and said, no, you can't. They're little girls. Get the fuck out of here. Take those girls out of here. Don't invite them in here. And I guess either he was off duty, something happened. I don't know what. Maybe you know what? I think he took them through the back door. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I think he took the girls through the back door of the building and snuck them in. And shit like that makes us look bad. Shit like that, what that one guy did to that girl, he deleted the girl, put her in his suitcase, and dragged her out in the suitcase, and nobody even knew until later on. Things like that make us look bad. When we go to Poblado and we're over here just going through women, right? We have a new girl every single night, a new pro, a new escort every night. That makes us look bad. This is why they're acting the way that they are towards us. And not only that, but we're making things very expensive over there because so much of us are flocking over there to the point where prices are much higher than what it is, forcing the locals that once lived in these neighborhoods, that love these neighborhoods, to go elsewhere. And the crazier part is, a lot of us are also getting sick of the poblados and provincia, and we're exploring to other neighborhoods, and we're gentrifying those neighborhoods, and we're forcing them even further out of the city. The arrogance that we portray when we're out there and our chest is out and we got the chains, our whole crew like, what's good? Yeah. Cat calling these girls, you know, treating him like shit just because we got money and we think we're superior. Shit like that makes them hate us. So I get where they're coming from when they're just profiling me, when they're saying these things about me, because they probably assume I'm just like everyone else because they've encountered so many people like that they're just like, you know what? Maybe they're all like that. But there's another flip side to it. There's people that go out there for good reasons. There's people that I know personally in this space that go to Colombia to give back to the country, to feed starving kids, starving families, build schools, do good things for the community. Not all of us are the same. And the thing is, guys, if we're trying to reverse this image that we have in Colombia, we have to do more of that. We have to stop going out to this country and using it for everything it's got. We got to give back. We got to give back to Colombia. Colombia is a beautiful country full of many amazing people. Just because I said that they view us in a way doesn't mean that they're bad people. I kind of don't blame them in a sense. But in order for us to change the image that they have of us, we have to do something about that. We got to give back. We got to give back to these communities, to the people. We got to go out there and be humble, be down to earth, stop being, so cocky and arrogant and making it rain over there with money. Stop viewing all these girls like they're pros and escorts. Treat them with respect. Treat the people with respect. It's their country, their rules. What they say goes, right? If more of us can go out there and be more respectful and go out there with better intentions, things can change. Things can change in Colombia. It's not too far gone yet. But if we continue going the way that we're going with this shit, where we're just going out there and being Pookies and Ray Rays and, going through them, just running through them, you know what I mean? Which is nothing wrong with that, right? If that's something you want to do and it's legal and it's consensual, you do you. But there has to be a balance. It can't just be running through people and that's all you're there for. You have to give back. You have to give back to that community, to that country. We have to turn the tide on this, man. We have to prove them wrong and show them that Americans are good people, that we're there to help out, that we respect their country, their culture, their food, their people, their women, their men, whatever. As for my Colombians, listen, I know it may seem like I was criticizing y'all, but at the end of the day, I think it needs to be fair also. I think we need to be judged fairly. We need to be judged by an individual basis and not as a collective. Because not all Americans are the same, right? I'm not the same like Joe Schmo or Pookie or Ray. I'm not. I'm different. So I should be treated different. The same way I treat every single person from Colombia as an individual and differently from the next. I don't want that done to me as a visitor, as a tourist. Because at the end of the day, I paid my hard-earned money to go over there to enjoy myself, to see your beautiful country. And I don't deserve, as a tourist, to be treated badly, to have middle fingers stuck up at me, to have curse words thrown at me just because y'all assume that I'm there with escorts. That's not right to me either. And I get where y'all coming from. I get it. They're coming here, they're gentrifying, they're messing with the women, they're doing this. I get that. But not all of us are the same way. There's a solution for this. And I don't think the solution is to hate each other. I think we both need each other. Colombia is a fabulous country that deserves recognition, that deserves attention, that deserves a lot of love. And it's been getting that love recently. And I believe tourism is a great thing for Colombia. It'll bring money into the country. The economy will boom, which will only be good for its citizens. So guys, tell me in the comment sections, what do you think about this topic? Do you think we're too far gone? Do you think that this gringo hate will only grow and it won't stop? Or do you think there's a better future for Medellin when it comes to tourism? Let me know in the comment section. And of course, if you want to see my adventure in Cartagena where I go through the Rosario Islands, check out this video over here.